here because he's got to play for the red that's to the left of the 4.
Okay.
Doesn't like that. You see, I mean, this is where being left-handed comes in so handy. I said being left-handed. He's not left-handed. He's just so good at playing snooker with his left hand.
7.
No way he could hold for the black there. It was too thin a contact, but one good positional shot here. But just looking at it, Stephen, I don't know whether he might have to play the cannon into the 4 reds. He hasn't got an angle to leave. The red at the back of the little triangle of reds near the pink goes. Let's see which he plays for here. Judd looks a bit fed up in the background there. Oh, this has gone wrong. End of break, you would feel. Or has he dropped on that red?
10.
Well, that was lucky. That was fortunate.
11.
Yeah, Judd put his head to the heavens there when that cue ball dropped on that red. I think he thought it was going to be end of break.
Well, it's a straightforward black, but he's now looking at that black. Black looks much easier. He can go past the green and brown and back up to the reds. If he takes the pink, it's easier to get on the 2 reds near the pink spot. So pink it is. And it's there.
Just hasn't got pinpoint
17.
position. I think he can hold this for the blue. Yeah, no
18.
problem.
It's amazing. He scored 18 points. It's taken him 4 minutes and 20 seconds. He made his maximum break in 5 minutes and 20 seconds here. But the balls were awkward, and as long as you keep potting them, that's
20.
what counts.
I
24.
think he would have liked to have played for the pink there and left an angle to split these 4 reds. He's already looked to see if he can get on the red that's furthest to the right of those 4, to the right corner.
I mean, now that he removes this red, if he gets a good angle on the blue, it's not in the way. At the moment, it's in the way of playing the cannon onto those 4 reds. So if he got nicely on the blue, he could then cannon into the reds from the blue. That looks a bit pacey, though. That's too hard. He's
30.
going to finish up having to... Well, he could leave a longish red or a medium pot red.
$35.
You might have to take your shot now, Stephen, because he can't get nicely on the blue, so it'll be the pink. But I don't think he's got the angle.
36.
You'd have to play something a bit spectacular. That red that you mentioned might pot if he drops the pink in. Could. It's around the houses. Have a look at this shot. Have a look at this little beauty. What about that? Well, that round of applause, it sounded like he just won a tournament, but it deserved it, that positional shot there.
43.
And does he have an angle in the pink to follow through? And can these two reds that are together? He'd love to just catch them both at the same time, but obviously he's not got the angle.
Well, he's up looking at the angle on possibly getting on the blue, because he'd have to be so precise if he got on pink or black to move these two reds. And needs
51.
to keep on going, and I think he's finished straight. Might have the slightest angle. He's 20 in front. Can he power this in and over to the reds? He's powered it. He's got the side.
Yeah, he just wanted to send the cue ball in between those two reds. Can them both at the same time. Yeah, the second one, full ball. That's why he's so close to this red.
Oh, I don't fancy that one. I think he'd push that. He's so close to it, but he can find a path, I think, up behind the green and brown. But if he plays that shot, he's got to be careful he doesn't push this red into a potable position. A little thin one might get him up there, but if he catches it a little thicker, he'll leave the red on. Might have to sacrifice going behind the green and brown and play it thinner to get over towards the yellow. Which is what he's done, but that's just as good. Well, you'll not see many better 56 breaks than that. I'll tell you what, he's just played a shot there that he made look so easy. But he was snookered, he had to swerve that. Oh, this is fabulous stuff. He's forgot about the naughty snooker. I'll tell you what. They're both playing some very special snooker. Can't see enough of the yellow. We'd love to take the yellow.
Green ball. Judd Trump one.
So Ronnie needs a little bit of good fortune as we show you this. Well, you have to call it a Judd Trump special. There's no other name for it.
Foul and a miss. Judd Trump 7.
Well, he won't be replacing this. Comfortable red to the left centre pocket. Great chance to take the 7th frame.
One.
Shouldn't be a problem, but the brown's off its spot and nearer to the green, so as long as he screws it back far enough.
6.
He'd love the white just back exactly where it is at the moment, anywhere near where the cue ball is now.
8.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, Ronnie O'Sullivan almost made an unbelievable frame-winning break. He got to 56, just went slightly out of position, but Judd with that fabulous long pot give himself a chance to pinch the frame. He only needs the pink. In it goes. Ronnie O'Sullivan, as I said, made a break of 56, but it wasn't quite enough. But what a good clearance from Judd Trump, and he closes the gap. It's 4-3 to Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Well, it is undoubtedly the hottest ticket in town, and what we're watching, Steve Davis, is utterly brilliant snooker.
Yes, for all of the excellence of Ronnie O'Sullivan, you can't shake off the young whippersnapper, which is Judd Trump. Ronnie O'Sullivan played this fantastic pink. It wasn't just the line of the shot, but actually getting around the table and having enough speed to then do some damage to those four reds required such great cueing. And you thought he was going to get over the line in the frame. He left himself a blue. He was a bit straight on it, but he generated a fantastic angle with right-hand side. Bit unlucky there that he didn't get a better split of the balls, and it looked like he was still in control of the match. And at that frame, for a second, he looked like he was anyway.
And at that point, you're thinking the top gun is on top here, and then the young gun comes up with this.
I don't think he's potted a more important ball than this all afternoon. I honestly don't. This is an absolutely cracking pot. But what it does is it puts him absolutely bang in the driver's seat. OK, he doesn't land up on a colour here, but he took us behind the green. The way the frame was going, honestly, and the way the match was going, I don't think there's been a more important ball for him.
It's obvious that Judd is backing himself, because during that frame, as he was approaching that shot, you said, didn't you, here in the studio, you said, oh, look out.
Here we go. Well, you could see straight away come out the chair he was going to take it on. But it's all right taking them on. Knocking them in's another thing, and that's what he's doing. He's very high percentage. His level of play has gone up seriously from what he's produced so far in the tournament.
But Steve, that's what we've talked about. That's what Stephen Hendry has talked about. It's about backing yourself when you're playing against somebody like Ronnie.
Yes, but you've got to really hold your end up in all departments to be able to live with Ronnie O'Sullivan on the table. And to think that Judd Trump has the possibility of getting out of this session 4-all would be, he'd be so buoyed up from that. And if you look at a 4-session match, it's not how the players look at it. You look at the 4-session match. If you can win 2 sessions and draw another one, you've won the tournament, you've won the match. So to get out as a draw for this session, I think is marvellous from him. But you would expect Ronnie O'Sullivan to be giving it everything in this last frame.
And John, what are you making of the body language, of the way that Judd is approaching the table?
Well, he's got to look confident.